This episode of the Pageant Project is proudly brought to you by Diamond Heels. Diamond Heels supplies shoes to women for every occasion, including figure and bodybuilding competitors, pole dancers, and of course pageant queens. With over 350 pairs in stock, they offer a personalised service, including fitting and prompt Australia-wide delivery. Check them out at diamondheels.com.au and make sure to use the coupon code TPP to get 15% off your next order.
Hi, I'm Australia's Power Pageant 2018 National Finalist Lisa Bennett, and this is my interview with the Pageant Project.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project, and I'm here with national finalist for the Australian Power Pageant, Lisa Bennett. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Hi Adrian, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. I tell you, these pageant titles are not easy to get right in one go. They're always so long. Lisa, let's start with, I guess, your pageant experience, because I know that you've been competing in a while. You're a pageant regular. How did you start in the pageant scene?
Well, first, it was about 3 years ago. I did a modelling course at Perth Modelling Academy, just for a bit of fun and stuff like that. I'm not destined to become a model or anything, but I just thought it would be something fun to do. And anyway, there was this other girl who was also in my course, and she mentioned that she wanted headshots for Miss Galaxy Australia pageant. And so it kind of interested me, so I kind of Googled it and had looked at it, so what it was about, and it was interesting to me. So I entered, not thinking that I'll be accepted, and then a week later I got the acceptance for the WA state final, and here I am 3 years later.
And what have you, so it's been about a 3-year journey for yourself, so you're not brand new to it. What has been your experience, and what do you feel that you've gained from competing in pageants?
I think I've gained a whole lot of personal growth. Before I started pageants, I was quite shy. I was a bit, I wouldn't say suffering depression, but I definitely was down on myself, low self-esteem, anxiety. And since starting my first pageant from up till now, I feel so much healthier and happier and a bit more sure of myself. So I would say that's the major thing that has happened since starting pageants.
Right. And that's a recurring theme. I think a lot of the girls competing have grown a lot and found themselves. And interestingly, I think a lot of them before competing have been maybe not suffering from depression, but have been on a bit of a low. Can you tell us a bit more about the Aussie Power Pageant? Because you're the first one that I've interviewed from there, and it's a bit of an unusual system. So tell us a bit about the system and why in particular you're entering this one.
So the Aussie Power Pageant is 3 pageants put into one. So there's Australia's Teen Queen, which I'm too old to enter. And then also Miss Global Australia and Miss Intercontinental Australia. So it's basically 2 pageants for me in one, and 2 winners win the crowns.
And what is it about this particular system that attracts you to it?
I think it's more of the contestants that attract me to it. There's a lot of really nice girls that re-enter and enter every year who I have become so close friends with, and we just enjoy each other's company, and we empower each other, and that's basically what all these 2 pageants are about, just helping each other and growing and stuff like that. So that's why I always re-enter every year, because the experience is amazing.
Sure. And what does your pageant prep look like? Because everyone's a little bit different. Some people take it very seriously and years of preparation. Others sort of just kind of wing it. Where are you on the spectrum?
I'm a little bit more different than everyone else because I actually work FIFO, which is fly in, fly out. So I work up in the mines. So I'm away from home 2 weeks at a time. So my prep is while I'm at work, there's gym and everything, so I'm working on my health and stuff like that up there, planning on my appointments. So when I'm back here on rest and relaxation, I've got all my schedule, all my prep planned out for the week. So that's basically how I prep my pageants.
Right. And it's called FIFO, is it?
Yes, fly in, fly out. Yeah.
Fly in, fire. And what do you do in the mines? Because this is an unusual one. I've never interviewed someone who works in mines before. So what do you do in mines?
I actually work in the village where everyone stays. I'm a housekeeper. So I just look after the dongas that they're called, the rooms, and just clean them and make them ready and stuff like that. So basically just housekeeping for me. Yeah.
Right. And then just before we were recording, you mentioned that you are studying your is it you're hoping to study or you're studying your PhD in medieval history?
I'm not doing my PhD yet. I'm just starting my bachelor's through online course with the University of London. And yeah, so basically just starting that at the moment, which is going well. And then I hope to continue on with my master's and basically ending up doing my PhD. That's the goal.
Right. And
Yeah.
what attracted you to that field? Because again, this is a first. I've not spoken to anyone who's been studying that field. I've certainly interviewed people who are interested in history, but medieval history seems very specific. So how did you get into that field?
I've always been interested in history, and I think I get that from my father. He's very into it as well. I started more of the Victorian era kind of thing because I just loved all the glamour and stuff like that. And then I came across a book, and it's called The Life and Death of Anne Boleyn, who was a medieval English queen. And I just became what my parents say would obsessed, and it just grew from there. It's just that era just fascinated me, and especially it surrounds her. So she's my interest in what I want to inspire to do.
Right.
Is
Because
learn.
I just had a quick look and you manage, is it a Facebook page that's about Anne Boleyn?
Yes, it's my history blog that I started about 4 years ago. It's actually its fourth birthday today. So
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, so I just started it because there wasn't anyone here really interested in talking about it and not really someone I can speak to. So I sort of just branched out and see who else was out there on Facebook with the same interest, and it's just grown from there, and I'm really happy with it. It's my baby. So
Sure.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
And I can't say that I am a history expert at all. I did not do well in history at school. But let me ask you, what is it about Anne Boleyn or that period that fascinates you, or as you said, started your obsession, I guess?
My obsession. Um, oh, that's a really hard question. A lot of people ask me, and I don't really know the answer. But like I said, I guess I could describe it as when I was before pageants, when I was low self-esteem and stuff like that. I sort of looked for interests that made me happy and stuff like that, and so I came across a show called The Tudors, which is the English monarchs of the Tudors. And I just came obsessed with the show. And then I realized that this show is based on real people. So I just started researching them and Googling them. And Anne Boleyn is one of the wives of Henry VIII, who was actually beheaded, executed for treason. And what people don't realize is that the evidence of that case was that she was innocent. So she was falsely accused, yet still killed by her husband. So yet she was this very strong, powerful woman. And that was unheard of at the time. And
Right.
that's why I think the fate she suffered. So she's just so interesting. I'm so obsessed with her.
I can tell. I mean, she sounds like a fascinating role model, especially for back in that time. Um,
Yeah.
I guess the only question I have, obviously, we had the royal wedding, the wedding. Did you follow that at all? I mean, does your interest in the monarchy spread to now, or is it confined to
It,
more ancient history?
it does. No, I'm pretty more based before the wars, so anything Victoria era backwards. But I do follow the English royal family now, and it's actually interesting that you mentioned the royal wedding, because the date of the royal wedding of Harry and Meghan was actually the anniversary date of Anne Boleyn's execution.
I'm assuming that was a coincidence. That wasn't.
I don't think that was planned. I don't think that was planned at all. But
yeah,
it just so happened to be on that date. So a wedding and an execution for the same date.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that you want to plan your wedding to coincide with the anniversary of someone else's execution.
Yeah.
So going into the pageant, it's in August, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Do you have any expectations of yourself? Are you looking to have a particular finish, or do you just go in this to do your own thing, and then as long as you do that, you're happy with it?
I am hoping and working towards winning, but every girl has entered is working towards that. But I also, every year, I want to place better than I did the previous year. So not only am I wanting to win, I want to do, if I don't win, if I do better than what I did last year, then to me that's a win.
So each year you're looking to improve.
Yeah, basically, which I have been, so on a good roll right now. So last Power Pageant I placed top 5. So I'm hoping to at least get top 5 again, fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. But I'm also hoping and working towards getting a section sash, which is best in something. So I'm hoping and working towards best in interview, because I'm actually surprised myself last year that I did such well than what I thought I would. Because I was a nervous wreck. I'm a really nervous wreck when it comes to interviews. And so the scores I got last year, it actually gave me a massive confidence boost. And I'm hoping to do better in interview than I did last year. And hopefully that makes me get best in interview. So we'll see. So that's the plan. That's the goal.
That's a tough section to crack, that interview one, because everyone that I've interviewed, almost all of them have said that's the part they dreaded initially the most. Yeah. But then when they sort of got their head around it, they enjoyed it the most because it let them have a chance to express their personality. And then some of the ones that have been fortunate enough to win the best in interview, they've almost said if they just won that, they would have been happy with whatever else happened. So it seems like that sectional sash is a really coveted one for a lot of the competitors.
Yeah. There's also a saying that if you win best in interview, you basically win the pageant.
Right. I can see.
So if you win best in interview, you're up there, really high, because the judges have gotten to know you personally and they like you.
Yeah,
not just physical beauty, but you're amazing to talk to, and that's what they're looking for in a queen.
Exactly.
So to get best in interview is basically winning, to me anyway, because haven't never been a person who's easy to talk to, because I get so nervous and such a nervous wreck. I don't know if that's coming across now or not.
Oh, completely normal now.
Yeah, so for me, to win best in interview is the best achievement I think you can get in a pageant.
Sure. I've heard them say that they can often pick maybe not the winner, but the top 1, 2, or 3 from the interview section. Also, unfortunately, on the other side, they can pick who definitely is not going to win from people who don't do so well in the interview section. Let me ask you this. If you were fortunate enough to win, what would you hope to do with the title?
I have always been passionate about women supporting other women. That is something that really gets me emotionally as well. You see on social media and stuff like that, women attacking other women for just what they're wearing or stuff like that. So it feels like women are at competition with each other. So I want to bring awareness of that we have to support each other. You know, we can't be picking at each other's clothes or our lifestyle choices. You know, we are all in this together. Even though we're walking different paths in life, we still need to support each other no matter what choices we do. So I guess that's what I want to want my reign to be about if I get the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'll on.
Great. And is that your platform? Do you pick a particular platform or charity to support in the lead up to the Aussie Power Pageant?
It's very difficult to find a charity that, there's a lot of charities that support women empowering each other, but they really focus on one thing, like whether it be supporting women of domestic violence or homelessness or something like that. I like to focus on everything. So for a charity, they really mainly focus on one or the other. However, my charity that I've chosen this time around is Share the Dignity Australia, which focuses more on homelessness, women suffering homelessness, which is an amazing charity to do and support. They basically do focus women and give them sanitary products and basic needs and stuff like that. So that's what they focus on. But I also do volunteer work with other charities
Sure.
who do domestic violence or education. So trying to bring it all together, but my charity is Share the Dignity this year. So that's very exciting.
Sure. It sounds like you want to save the entire world and you can't find a charity for that. Yeah, there's not a Save the World charity, but that one sounds amazing. I think I've heard of that somewhere. It might have actually been through a post you put up, but obviously it's something that you take for granted, I guess, until you're homeless, and then those things you don't even think about. Lisa, for people who want to follow your journey, your pageant journey, or otherwise, what are the best social media details to catch you on? And whatever you say, I'll subtitle below because some people have very hard ones to spell.
That's all right. I mainly use Instagram as my social media platform for my pageant. So that's, my username is just simply Miss Lisa Bennett.
Okay, that's an easier one than most people. Some people have had 3 A's, 5 Y's, or underscore, and very difficult to spell.
Yeah. No,
okay.
mine's just Miss Lisa Bennett.
Okay, I think that should be fairly easy to find compared to some of the other ones that I've had. All right, Lisa, let's move to the close. I always ask my interviewees the same 10 questions. So here we go. This is probably the most pageant-esque part of it. This is more the Q&A rather than the discussion. So here we go. Number 1, what is your favorite word?
History.
That doesn't surprise me. That's a unique answer, but that's very, very befitting for you, history. What about number 2? What is your least favorite word?
Mean. I hate the word mean. And basically what it means as well. Yeah. I don't like the word.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible choice. In life, what gets you excited or what turns you on?
History. It's going to be a theme here. History and just hanging out with my mates. That it just brings me happiness and fills my life. So
that makes sense. I have to ask, with your, is it FIFO or FIFO, the fly in, fly out?
FIFO. Yeah.
FIFO.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to sort of get into a regular social schedule, or is that not really an issue at all?
Not really an issue because most of the people I hang out with on my R&R I work with.
Right.
So we're still seeing each other on a daily basis. So we're very close up there. So we still hang out on R&R. So that's basically my social life. Right.
Okay. That sounds actually quite nice. What turns you off?
Dirt.
And you're working
uncleanliness.
I don't know. That's such a good choice. Dirt. Do you mean dirt in general, or dirt in your house, or dirt on your shoes, or just dirt?
Just uncleanliness. I think that might be the better word for it. But
right.
Yeah, I'm wouldn't say a neat freak, but I like things in a certain cleanliness in a certain position.
Okay. Generally, when people say I'm not a neat freak, it means that they are. I'm not a neat freak, but means I'm a neat freak. And okay. What sound or noise do you love?
classical music, anything classical, especially the piano.
Do you play?
I love the piano. I used to. I don't do much anymore, but my mum definitely plays piano a lot. So when I come over, she's always playing at the piano. So it's nice to sit there and listen.
Yeah, that's an unusual choice. Most people go pop and all sorts of music. So I'm noticing a theme because you love history, you love the classical music. It's a bit more retro than where most of my interviews go, which is a nice
Yeah.
change. What about what sound or noise do you hate?
I don't like helicopters. The sound helicopters make, I do not like. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it. I must have had this traumatic experience when I was little but I just hate the sound of helicopter blades.
Well, when you fly in and fly out, you're not flying on helicopters, are you?
No, planes.
Okay,
It's a lot
because
quiet.
that would make it very, very awkward.
That would be very hard. Yeah, just something about them. I don't know. I just don't like it.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose and why?
I would love to be able to travel back in time.
Ah.
There's a theme here.
I was going, but that's actually that's one of the ones that I think I would pick. Going back in time allows you to do a lot of other things as well, but I can imagine why you'd want to go back in time. That makes complete sense. What
just
date?
to experience all the things I read about, it would be.
Well, what date would you go back to? If you had to pick one, or you could pick one now. Is there a particular date that you'd go back to?
I would like to go back to the 1st of June, 1533. That was when Anne Boleyn was actually crowned Queen of England. So I would love to see that.
Right. I had a hankering that it would be very specific. Not just 400 years, really, really specific. Okay, well, I love it. What occupation other than your own would you most like to attempt?
That would probably be my dream job as a curator.
In a museum or a gallery?
Yeah, it will be my dream job is the head curator at Hever Castle in England, which was the home of Anne Boleyn. So all her possessions that she had when she was alive is there. So to be able to look after that's my dream.
Is that a place that you're able to visit?
Yes. I actually went there last year when I was in England for the first time. So that was an amazing experience.
How did that make you feel? I mean, you are so zoned in on this particular one figure, so to be able to go there.
I'm not going to lie, there were tears. A lot of tears.
Not sadness.
Oh, joy tears, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I just felt so, it might be over exaggerating, but so complete and so happy with myself, and the experience was just undescribable, such amazing.
What job or occupation other than your own would you definitely not like to attempt?
Oh, an insect person that comes to your home and destroys all the bugs.
Oh, a bug killer.
That's it. I couldn't think of the words.
Like a pest control person. Okay.
That's it. Yes, pest control.
Okay. All right.
Not.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's anything to do with what you're passionate about, so that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just thought of that because my auntie had pest control at her house the other day. I was like, no, I could not do that.
It's probably a job not many people want, but so I also assume it pays relatively well. Lisa, final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
That you were an amazing human being and you deserve to be here.
That sounds good. I've had some people say, I hope I'm in the right place, that you're not going to send me down. I don't know what you believe religiously or spiritually, but I mean, if you believe that everyone goes to the afterlife, you must be pretty excited with all the historical figures. You'd be able to meet them in person.
Yes, I would absolutely love that. There is quite a list on my list. If heaven exists, I'll be knocking on some people's doors.
You could have some very, very long conversations up there, I think.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for your time and best of luck in the pageant. Do you know exactly what date it is? It's August.
There's not an exact date that I
Not
know
yet.
of. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's usually at the beginning of the month.
Beginning of the month. And is it going to be held up at the Gold Coast?
Yes, it will be on the Gold Coast, yes.
Right. Okay. Well, I might see you up there. It'd be nice to get out of this cold weather. I don't know what Perth is like, but I'm done with winter.
Cold in the mornings. It's really
Cold in the
cold
mornings. All right.
here.
And
Yeah.
Gold Coast is beautiful the year round. Okay. So, look, best of luck, Lisa. Thanks for your time. And
Thank you.
want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll speak to you again soon.
I will look forward to that. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, it's Adrian. If you'd like some pageant coaching to help you win that title, or you'd like to keep up to date with our interviews, check us out at thepageantproject.com. Speak to you soon.